The Registered Science Award is probably the most popular one for the mid-grade career technicians and scientists. It's a recognition in its own right. I started off getting my RSci and I was very proud of it. I then decided to move on to the C side a couple of years later, but I found getting the RSci really enriched my knowledge of the process and especially my confidence. So it really helped me. Candidates who want to apply for this are normally qualified to at least the QCF level 5, which would be HNC, higher tech, or BSc level. But again, as in the other awards, this isn't necessary. If you can prove through your competency you're working at that level without those qualifications, you're still more than welcome to apply for the registered scientist. It's really important to remember that. It's about what you do in your role that's important, not the academic qualifications, which are obviously important, but in this structure, less so than your competencies. It is, as I said, a recognition in its own right, but it can be used as a springboard for recognition as a chartered scientist, which is what quite a few people do. A lot of people want to aspire to be chartered, but a lot of them go on to do the registered first and get used to that and get their confidence to go for the C side, which is quite a jump. So it's something you could really think about and discuss with others. But that's probably my tip of the day. Okay, I'm now going to talk about the competencies for the registered scientist, RSci. There's 5 competency blocks to do, so we'll go through them one at a time. The first is the application of knowledge and understanding. This is how you apply your knowledge in the context of new ideas. So perhaps not only reading the protocol, but you would think, well, how can I change this a bit? Could we use other reagents? Could we look at a more sustainable method? Could we make it a bit more robust? So that's something you would be getting involved in. And you would also be analysing, interpreting, and evaluating information, concepts, and ideas. So this can include a plethora of things, but it will be discussed in the workshops in much greater detail. But don't be put off by the wording; it can easily be demystified. As far as your responsibility as a registered scientist goes, you would be working autonomously, but while recognising your limits. You wouldn't keep going if you thought there's something wrong. You wouldn't be afraid to ask for help. You would ask for help. That is the professional thing to do if you're not sure. And you would take responsibility for the safe working practice, and you would contribute to their evaluation. So you would most likely be writing SOPs, risk assessments, and cost forms, and you would be inputting to the safety officer ideas for safety in your location. Section C is about interpersonal skills. So you need to be able to demonstrate effective communication and interpersonal skills between people of all levels, your peers, other technical colleagues, academics, students, visitors, postgraduates, outreach, the housekeeping staff, and the site services who look after the buildings. And you would also demonstrate a productive and working relationship and the ability to resolve some problems. So you will be able to talk to maintenance people or housekeeping people of the level they will understand, for example, about safety or the dangers of going in at this time, or the sensitivities. But equally, you'll be able to talk to PhD students, academics, about protocols and techniques. So going on to section D, which is professional practice, you should be able to identify, review and select techniques, procedures and methods. And you would also be contributing to performance improvement. That means you would be hopefully improving the protocols or the techniques you do and deliver, all the teaching roles, how they could be changed again, thinking sustainability, safety, resilience, all these sorts of things are all important for a registered scientist to do. And finally, we've got the professionalism, which you would maintain and enhance competencies. So this would mean you would keep up your CPD, and you would encourage others to. You would probably go to your lab meetings, you might go to conferences and present posters, or you might assist in teaching the undergraduates in some respect and the postgraduates. So going back to the whole process, section A is by far the hardest. This is, you've got to actually say what you do and how you apply this knowledge, which is really complex. And just because you do it in day to day or week to week, and you get used to it, it doesn't detract the level and the levels and skills you've got. And when you write that down, it'll become clear to you how much responsibility you actually have. So once you've done section A, you're really at the top of the hill. After that, you're just freewheeling down the other side, because the other bits are far more structured. The personal responsibility, interpersonal skills, etc. They tend to be self-explanatory.